Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to XWA TakeDown here on YouTube. And we're getting set for the second of our Only the Strong preview tag team matches. Making his way to the ring, Sheikh Hamid Aziz, who as of this moment is only a sheikh in name, after last week on this very program, where Aziz's father confronted him from the backstage area and in effect cut him off. No longer is Aziz having access to the trust fund that he has lived off of since being here in the United States. And to top off that, Aziz's father also took his bodyguard, Abu Hassan, back to their native Saudi Arabia. So as of this moment, Aziz is officially alone here in the XWA. Of course, his tag team partner is anything but alone. The complete opposite, to be exact. Legionarius, half-brother of the world champion Orion, and the enforcer of world's finest, the international faction led by Victory Musashi and Brock Bentley, who are looking to expand their influence here in the XWA. And what a way to do that, by this man here winning the tournament and adding the Pure Championship to the fold of World's Finest that already has in its possession the national title held by Union King. The pure power and intensity of Legionarius is more than enough to do that. And you'd better believe that the rest of World's Finest are looking on to find out exactly what it is that he is capable of doing. And speaking of seeing what you're capable of, that has been the driving motivation behind this man, Jesse Risen, the former Intercontinental Champion, has rekindled his competitive spirit, successful in his return match last week against Hamid Aziz. Of course, Risen going under the tutelage of John Payne for several months in trying to overcome the criticism of him being too much of a showboat in the ring. And now his newfound determination leads him into the Only the Strong tournament. And what a way to come full circle then to gain the Pure Championship in the most illustrious of tournaments in all of core wrestling. And his tag team partner. Earlier on in the show, I said that Magnus von Schwartz was probably one of the odds-on favorites to win the Only the Strong tournament. Well, to be perfectly honest with you, this man right here is another favorite, and every bit as capable of holding that Pure Championship for a long time. The man of miracles himself, David Faith. Of course, product of the vaunted Michigan University wrestling program, All-American, and not to mention, he also happens to have a pinfall victory against Magnus von Schwartz. Food for thought should those two men encounter each other somewhere within the tournament. Faith is one of the best pure wrestlers in all of core wrestling. And of course, nothing would say pure wrestling than being the pure champion. That, of course, is the goal at the Only the Strong tournament. But first things first. And we start off with Aziz and Risen in the ring, picking up where they left off in the last episode. Both men not backing down from each other here as they get into the collar and elbow tie-up. Ryzen wins this exchange. Up and down with the vertical suplex. Nice shot right to the back. Sidearm lock and a famouser. Quick, fast, and sudden is Jesse Ryzen, probably the best pure athlete of any of the individuals that will be competing in this tournament. And a quick tag in to David Faith. Another suplex machine, much like Magnus von Schwartz. Definitely well versed in takedowns, throws, and holds. And showing his superiority to the younger and less experienced Aziz, who tried to go for a cheap shot there and made another one of those haymakers. Arm drag takedown now. And a side headlock applied. Faith using that leverage to apply extra pressure. And those are the kind of tricks, those are the kind of things that you're going to have to do in order to endure and persevere in the Only the Strong tournament, where pure rules is in play. Another tag, and back in comes Jesse Ryzen. Center of the ring, rolls into a camel clutch. Very nicely done. Since training at the School of Hardstyle under John Payne, in only 2 matches so far, we're seeing aspects of Jesse Ryzen's game that you've never really seen before. He had never really used ground moves. He never really had a ground game at all, but is definitely using every tool since training under Payne for about 8 months prior to losing the Intercontinental Championship to Union King. But now Aziz finally mounting some offense here. Back suplex and a series of strikes there, missing on the last one though, but he follows up and rolls into a side headlock and a rake to the face. A rake to the face of Ryzen. And a flapjack once again targeting the head of Jesse Ryzen there. And now from the front of the head to the back of the head with that swinging neck breaker. And to the back of the head again with a Russian leg sweep. And instead of following up, Aziz decides he wants to pander to the crowd some. And Ryzen makes him pay. 3 hard shots there. Knee to the gut. And a shining Kenka kick right to the temple. Ryzen can show off to the crowd there after that move. These guys are definitely taking it to Aziz, who is in desperate need of a tag right now. He's got to get out of this match, get Legionarius into the match, and get himself some breathing room. Double arm drag there by Faith and Ryzen. David Faith with some elbow shots right to the shoulder, the collarbone area of Hamid Aziz, and now hoists him up and drops him on his head with a power driver. Old school devastation executed by the Man of Miracles. Tried to follow up, and Aziz counters, but again, instead of taking advantage of the situation, decides he wants to do some more jaw jacking. And speaking of jaw jacking, trading shots there, but Aziz counters that last one into a fireman's carry. Fundamental tactics there by Aziz. And another flapjack. Knife edge chop there, shades of Ric Flair. And an Irish whip. Back body drop. And right there, Aziz had ample opportunity to go in, get to his corner, and tag Legionarius, but he chooses to continue to mount offense. not very wise on the part of Aziz, who has yet to make a tag in this match. Once again, instead of taking advantage of a situation, Aziz decides he wants to show off some more. Even though he did take advantage there, taking it to Faith right now, but just like that, David Faith, side headlock counter, taking the back and dropping him with a sleeper slam. Up now is Aziz, and down with a vertical suplex. Faith spinning the hips. Second one, spinning the hips again. And the trifecta. Triple vertical suplex. Vintage David Faith, and right now setting up for the miracle. Down goes Aziz. And this could be the end of the match right here. 1, 2. Oh my God, that was 2 3/4 right there. Aziz manages to get the shoulder up, but boy was that close. And Legionarius finally gets some contact in this match, breaking up whatever it was that Faith had planned to do and giving Aziz the opening to mount more offense. But again, Hamid Aziz is not taking advantage of the openings that are being given to him and making a tag for a man who was once hell-bent on winning the tag team championship. He certainly is not demonstrating fundamental tag team mentality. Irish whip to his own corner, and again, instead of going for a tag, he decides he wants to take matters into his own hands still. And now Faith has taken advantage after that fireman's carry. Irish whip to his corner. Excellent strategy, on the other hand, being demonstrated by the team of Faith and Ryzen, cutting the ring in half, isolating Aziz, and negating any chances of him making a tag to the much larger and stronger Legionarius. Of course, the opportunities have been there for Aziz. He just has not been taking them. And he is certainly paying the price for that right now. T-bone suplex by Ryzen. And Jesse now delivers the Violator. That sick snap DDT. And could this be the beginning of the end? Ryzen driver. Dropped right on his head. And Legionarius again saves the match for his team. Ryzen with a side headlock. Legionarius breaks it up again. And again, Aziz takes advantage of the interference by Legionarius. But again, does not go for a tag. I am not understanding what Aziz's game plan is here, or if there even was a game plan. Ryzen dragging Hamid Aziz back to his corner now. And a German suplex. Tags into David Faith. And oh, it looks like Faith is about to finish this off here. And he locks in the Sunrise Submission 5. This is an innovative and devastating submission hold. And it's too much. Just too much for Aziz to take. Submission victory by Faith. And ladies and gentlemen, this, for most practical purposes, was a glorified handicap match. Aside from 2 instances where Legionarius had basically had to save the match for his team. It was completely Hamid Aziz trying to show up and take on the team of Faith and Rising to no avail, pandering to the crowd instead of being more strategic. And right here, David Faith makes Aziz pay for his errors with the Sunrise Submission 5. Imagine that move being executed in a Pure Rules match from anywhere within the ring, and that could very well net David Faith the Pure Championship in this upcoming Only the Strong tournament. But for right now, Faith and Rising victorious, arms raised in victory, demonstrating some good tag team chemistry as well. Definitely not the case between these two. However, Legionary is stepping into the ring and oh my goodness. He hoists up Aziz once, twice, aggressor power bomb. He just dropped Aziz like a sack of potatoes. None too happy of Aziz's performance in that match. And could this be a preview of Only the Strong? But ladies and gentlemen, the woman you see backstage is Jamie Fury, and she is set to make her season debut next on XWA TakeDown.